Welcome back to Because We Got High with Rhea, Kelly, and Bree. We are doing this remote right now. Bree's on a little business trip, LA, taking it by storm.
Yeah. Sway boys.
Are you nervous to go to the Sway House? Are you like, this is like my life? This is what I've been leading up to?
No, I'm going to be so out of place because like usually I have people, we're all making fun of them. Now I'm the odd man out and they have all the power.
That's true. Are they going to be cool to you, I wonder? Or maybe they're going to be super fucking rude to you. What are you going to do if they're rude?
Be like, who's this bitch? Like, I think they're going to be rude. And I'm going to just be like, fuck, I'm going to get drunk before I go, I think.
Good thinking.
What if they invite you to Saddle Ranch?
Oh, I got to
go
to
Saddle
Ranch.
Yo, Bree, Saddle Ranch tonight.
I'll be security. I'll be like, yo, these are my boys. These are my Sway boys. Watch out.
You gotta call
Hall's my best friend.
Yeah, you guys might become good friends by the end of the day.
Yeah, that's maybe true. With the party animal, Bryce Hall.
Yeah, you never know. Well, we have reached the L episode. Kelly, you're running on low sleep as well.
Running on some low sleep. I'm fresh off a plane from California, visiting one of my friends for her birthday over the weekend. And I don't know if I've ever drank so much in my life. Like I think back, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I like drank a lot in college, whatever. When you put a bitch in like wine country, it's just gallons of wine. And I'm so dehydrated and also very tired, but here we are. I'm ready to go.
I feel like putting you in wine country is like putting you in your home forever.
Yeah.
Like that's your forever.
It's extremely comfortable. It's so bad though, because I get so comfortable because I'm like, this is like my place. These are my people. This is fantastic. But I like take advantage of it and I just drink to excess and act like, oh no, it's no big deal. Like I'm not 30 years old. I'm not like going to hang up for 3 days.
It is no biggie.
It is no biggie, but like physically, I'm like, why did I think that I could just drink 1 gallon of wine every day?
And you had so much Taco Bell, and then I saw that and ordered Taco Bell because I couldn't live on without it.
Can I tell you something about that Taco Bell order? So we actually placed an order for a gigantic thing of sushi, like so much sushi, and it was taking too long. So we decided we would like an appetizer, and it was going to be Taco Bell. So we had that full order of Taco Bell, and then double that in food for sushi that came like 20 minutes later.
Oh my God.
And we ate it all. We ate it all. I've never seen, it was 5 of us. And I've never seen anybody like house food like we house that fucking food. And it was the best Taco Bell and the best sushi I've ever had, I swear.
So jealous. So happy for you. Well, like we said, this is the L episode, Liars, Losers, and Love. But before we get into all of that, my mom is sitting next to me. We're going to talk to her in a quick second. But we have a new presenting sponsor. Let's get a little dance party. Let's get a little dance party going. Dance party, dance party, dance party, dance party. I got my mom next to me, and we talked about my mom having a thing for Vin Diesel. All right, my mom.
Yes,
she likes to.
She likes little Vin Diesel.
She likes a little Vin Diesel. She likes a little Vinny D. She likes a little Vinny D.
Little Vinny D.
Mom, you have to come closer to the mic.
Not true.
How did you feel?
Since when?
Yeah, since when? We know that you got pictures of Vinny D in your bedroom that you take out, and when Dad leaves the room, you take out these posters of Vin Diesel and you just go to town.
No way.
Rhea!
No way. You guys are terrible. I do not do that. I don't.
Mom.
I don't.
You don't need to?
No.
What does that mean?
Oh, okay.
My man satisfies me. She just say that? Did we pick that up? I gotta go. God. That's my dad.
That's on you.
About. I'd rather hear you talk about fucking Vin Diesel, Mom, than my own dad. That would be way better.
That's fantastic.
All right, so thanks for the clarification, Ro. That's all we needed to hear.
Shout out to Ro, big time. That was a great appearance. I loved
she's
that.
Been waiting for that.
Ro is getting it.
Yeah, she's a big fan of the show, so she's happy to be here live listening like an audience. All right, let's get into the first L. We got liars. Now, Kelly Keegs is somebody who mentions all the time about how big of a liar she is, and it's something that's scary. It scares me. It doesn't sit right with me because I can't tell if she's lying to me or not.
People are confused, especially when I say that. I don't lie about important things. I don't lie about like where I am. I'll tell you guys where I am. I'll lie to other people where I am. But like I tell you guys what's going on. It depends on who it is, who I'm lying to, and how much I'm lying. Like I don't know if I lied to you guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm really like lying about.
You don't know?
I don't think so.
She doesn't know.
Because I lose track of lies sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be like, I'll exaggerate also. Like sometimes I'll have an exaggerated situation, or I don't know. It's hard to describe the lies, but sometimes I lie for no reason, just for fun. Because
That's crazy. Oh my God.
Sometimes
I get
not to you
scared
guys
when I
again.
lie. I
It
get
depends
scared
on
when
if I
I
can
lie.
get called out on something. If I can get called out on a lie, then I'll be like, you caught me, I'm lying. But if you can't catch me on the lie, then I go with that lie. And then sometimes I'll forget, like maybe people bring up an anecdote that I said, or be like a story that I told, and they'll be like, you told me that this happened to you. And I'm like, oh, that actually happened to my friend, but I must have said that for some reason. Like I must have been drunk. I lie a lot when I'm drunk. That's the thing.
Bree, you said you're scared of lying. What does that mean?
I'm scared to keep up with the lies. Like if you tell too many lies and you have to keep track of them, like I feel like one day someone would say something and be like, I'd never say that. And they'd be like, well, I have a recording of you saying it right here, you fucking liar.
That's me all the time. That's me worrying. Like, what did I say? And it's just like, when did or why did I say those things? But sometimes things pop up like that.
Yeah, I'm also scared of lying. I really don't like to lie, and if I do, it's usually for a good reason. Like I'm like, all right, I really got to lie right now. But usually there's other people involved in the lie. Like I don't tell a solo lie. That's too much to carry on my back. But if like somebody else is in on the lie, then we're good. Now everybody's in on it. I can like blame somebody else. Well, I wouldn't do that. But just like if we ever get caught, we could yell at each other type of thing. Whereas it's like if you get caught lying alone, you got to take that burden of lying alone.
Kind of embarrassing. It's like, why are you lying alone?
Right. Like if you lie with a friend, it's like, oh, these two friends are lying, and they're just friends, and that's why they came up with this lie. Because whatever, when you lie alone, you just become a sketchy person.
Yeah, it's like you're weird.
I'm trying to think about
Kelly's so weird.
But I'm trying to think of how to describe it, because I know that if you guys like were inside my brain, you wouldn't think it's as weird as it sounds. But a good example would be like I will lie about how I found out about things to get more information from people. Like if somebody tells me a gossip, say Maria tells me a gossip story, like I heard so-and-so's hooking up with so-and-so. I'll be like, interesting. And then I later will be like talking to that person and being like, oh, I heard like somehow, or like I saw some tweet, or like I saw something that like made me think this, and it makes like leading questions. And then I don't blow up who was like telling me rumors, but I also am not like telling the truth about what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's it. That's strategic.
That's probably my biggest like lies, I think, is this manipulation. I think they go a little bit hand in hand.
What do you feel about when people lie to you?
I fucking hate when people lie to me.
Exactly. So you can't lie to other people.
but sometimes though, do you feel this way that sometimes people can't like you just said, sometimes you're like, I need to lie right now. But if you're like, I am not someone no one ever needs to lie to. Like I am very much like, I don't need to be lied to. Just tell me the truth. I don't care. Like I care way more if I find out you're lying versus like, you just told me the truth. Maybe it upset me or maybe it annoyed me, but I'm over it in 2 minutes. Like I'd much rather that. And I don't like to feel like I'm being manipulated, but I don't think that I really am usually. Usually I can sniff that out.
If someone lies to you guys and you find out, do you like immediately cut them off, or will you give them another chance?
I confront them always. I'll be like, why'd you lie? I always am like, what'd you lie about this for? Like, tell me why. And if they have a good answer, I'll be like, all right, fine, let's deal with it. But if they try to like keep lying, it's like, well, no, there is no coming out of this lie now. Like you already lied. I caught you in the lie. Own up to it.
I feel like it depends on the situation. Like if it's a relationship and the person lies, I feel like that's a reason to call them out and be like, you lied, and then see what they lied about to decide whether or not you're going to proceed from there. But like if a friend lies to you and you just figure out that they lied, sometimes I don't even say anything. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll tell another friend like this person lied to me.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to call them out for it, because what's the use? That would just be awkward now. Like, there's certain times when somebody tells a lie to you and you know they're lying, but you don't want to be like, you don't want to call them out, because then it's awkward, because the lie doesn't even matter. It's not a substantial lie. So why are we lying, and why are we going to call them out?
I have a thing here, 3 types of liars. I want to find the article, but the ones I've written, there are pathetic liars, narcissistic liars, and sociopathic liars. but there's also a bunch of
What's a
different kinds.
pathetic liar?
What about pathological liar?
That's what I'm trying to find the like original one that I had. This is from like a week ago, but here's pathological liar. This person lies constantly for no reason or no reason at all. That's pretty much me. The intentional liar, this type of liar enjoys pushing buttons. Manipulative liar, they lie to get what they want. I could also do that, I guess. Protective liar, avoidant liar, impressive, lazy, and tactful. I feel like those all kind of make sense. But
A lazy liar is
the
kind of
pathetic
like, I can't do this right now because I'm doing something else. That's what I consider a lazy liar.
Pathetic liar meaning, let's see. Pull it up.
Pathetic liar sounds horrible.
Pathetic and pathological like go together. So also known as, oh my God, this is so weird. Pathological / pathetic lying, also known as mythomania and pseudology fantastica. What the fuck are these words? Is the chronic behavior of compulsive or habitual lying. Unlike telling the occasional white lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings or getting in trouble, the pathological liar seems to lie for no apparent reason.
And pathological liars believe their own lies. So they just lie all the time to the point where they believe that's the truth.
Think it's real life.
Yes.
Yeah, they forget like what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
insane.
Kelly, like I feel like that's you, the way you describe yourself.
It does sound that way in the way that I'm describing myself, but I don't think.
But at least
like,
you have
my
the
lies aren't so
self-awareness.
harmful. Yeah. That's how I get out of everything. Being like, I'm self-aware. Like I'm an asshole, but I'm self-aware. You know.
I'm a huge liar, but at least I know I'm lying.
I'm literally the
At least
fucking worst.
No, I'm a
I know everything
pathetic
about
liar.
it. Exactly. Yeah. Like whatever. Next time I catch myself lying, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to pay attention to things I'm saying and things I'm doing. And I'm going to start like noting down when I'm lying.
You should write all your
like,
lies in your notebook.
Yeah. I'll do it for a week and see what happens. See if I like am lying more than I think I am or what I'm lying about. And I'll be really honest about it. I swear.
But do you notice as soon as you tell a lie, you're like, that was a lie in your head?
Sometimes I'll start telling a truth thing and then like add a detail in. And then if that detail is like perceived a certain way, I'll keep going with that detail that wasn't necessarily true. Like I'll be like, it makes it more interesting. Like,
you're just
something like that.
You're a storyteller.
Yes, I'm a storyteller. That's
storyteller.
bottom line. I went from pathological liar to storyteller. So thank you for that. I appreciated that. But have you guys ever lied to sound cool? That kind of falls with that. Like lied to sound cooler than you are.
Probably in high school.
High school, yeah. That was a big one for that.
Maybe in high school, but I think sometimes when I'm telling people certain things, that it's not that I'm lying, but it sounds like I'm lying to sound cool. And then I'm like, wait a second, am I lying? Did this even happen? And then I start getting very confused if I'm telling the truth or not. And I'm like, do I just have made up memories in my head? Do you ever feel that way sometimes? You're like, you get into this like thinking cycle where you're like, wait a second, is anything that I remember a true memory?
Yes, always. Because sometimes I'm always thinking like, I have weird dreams all the time, like very fucked up dreams. And I'm like, were those fucked up dreams or are those like repressed memories that are like coming to light in my sleep? Like, what is the deal? And then I really get stuck in it. Like, I'll be like, was I like assaulted as a child? Like I'll get as far as that and be like, do I call my mom? And then I have to tell myself like, wait, no, I'm not, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, but it is weird like that. It's like false memories.
I had a dream last night that you guys were in, and we were trying to expose Army Hammer. He came to a party and we were all there and we were like, okay, we are going to trick him into saying something and we're going to record him and we're going to get the FBI here and he figured out what we were doing by our faces. He read our faces and then I woke up.
We're bad liars.
Well, are you able to tell if people are lying? Are you guys good at that?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
I am too. Yeah.
I always know when somebody is lying. I just can feel it in my bones. I'm like,
I feel the same way.
And then that's what I was talking about, where you like know someone's lying and you're just like, well,
It almost feels
where
better
do I go
when-
from here?
It kind of feels good when you're like, I know you're lying, and I just like feel bad for you. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I just like don't care. Like I don't care enough to like call you out on this lie right now.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
their problem.
But when it's consistent, it's like
That's when I just don't want to
you draw-
associate with
like,
someone anymore.
I guess
If you're
not my friend
constantly
anymore.
lying.
I hate when people lie and just say like bogus shit to get your attention. Like I'm trying to hold on. I'm thinking of how to better describe it. because it always ends up sounding a little bit like me, but these are just traits I see in other people. Like they'll lie about liking things, or they'll lie to like get into your life. Does that make sense? Like they'll come up to people come up to me and be like, oh my God, like smoking so much weed, so high. It's like, no, you're not. Like, also neither am I. Like, I don't know what you think this is, but you think like this, that makes sense. So you're like lying. It kind of goes like, with the sound cool thing, but it's like lying to have something in common.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Faking interests.
Yes. Feigning interest. I'm not good at feigning interest. I'm very bad at that. If I'm disinterested, you can tell. I
did that once. I think it was it high school or it was high school because I didn't have a boyfriend yet. This kid, I forget what it was. It was a show that he said that he loved so much. And I was like, oh, I love that show too. But I never watched it. And I had to go home and watch all of it so that if he ever asked me a question, I'd be like, yeah, like I've been watching that. So
you know what my biggest nightmare? You know, my biggest nightmare is kind of in that same vein. The like Jimmy Kimmel segments that he does where they like ask random people about Coachella, like, yo, are you here to see like so-and-so? And it's a fake fucking band. And everyone's like, yeah, they're the greatest. Like saw their album last week, like been listening to it for months. Like if I'm fucked up and shit's going on like that and it's like Coachella, of course I'm going to lie and be like, yeah, no, for sure. Like, absolutely. I'm not a poser. And then it's going to be Jimmy fucking Kimmel's like crew. That's the kind of shit that I'd be lying about.
Yeah. And I feel like that's just like in the moment type of thing. You don't want to embarrass yourself. So you're going with the flow. Brie, I kind of did the same thing similar to you. This kid I loved Lil Wayne, but this was like, once again, when I was in like 6th and 7th grade. And it's not that I didn't like Lil Wayne. I just didn't know all the lyrics to all the songs. But then I went home and memorized every lyric to every song just in case he was around and a song would come on. I would be able to rap the whole thing and he would be like, you're the one for me. And
of course.
You know, that never worked out. He was my first kiss, but we missed. We didn't exactly kiss on the lips. I missed his mouth. It was at recess. Very awkward. Still gives me heebie-jeebies to this day. And then I told my mom, I got in the car and I was like, we kissed. I didn't know. Why would I tell her that? Why wouldn't I just keep that a secret? And she was like, you know what that means. Every time you kiss a boy, it takes a year off your dad's life. And I was like, are you kidding? And then we went home and she told my dad. And I was in the bathroom and I heard her tell Maria kissed a boy at school. It's like, really? Don't be a snitch, Mom.
Yeah, don't fucking snitch. That's so funny so were you like afraid to kiss boys after that for a while?
No,
like, did you
no.
See, like, I'm jealous of that.
I wouldn't think that was real.
No, I didn't think that was real. I was like, I'm going to continue to kiss him. And then I was like, well, if that's the case, Dad would have been dead by now because of Nicole, which is my sister. So that's kind of how I got around it.
That's so much easier. Yeah. That's so much easier. That was the thing that like scared me to death. I went on a date. My very first date ever was in like the 7th grade. We went to go see The Day After Tomorrow in movie theaters. And I think that this boyfriend that I had, we had like kissed like mwah, next to our lockers at school, like not even anything crazy. And I'm going on this date. I'm so fucking nervous. Like I have no idea. My mom comes up and she's like, you know, I have eyes everywhere. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, so be careful. You know, you're in that movie. Who knows who's there? Maybe I'm there. Maybe someone I know is there. I have eyes everywhere. No. I wouldn't even let him hold my hand. I was like, don't touch me.
Cock block.
Yes, the biggest cock block of all time. The biggest cock block of I was 13. Like I was 13. I was so skinny, so tall, gross. I like barely was wearing my contacts. Like not cute at all. Going on this date, like should have been the most exciting thing in my life. I wouldn't even let him hold my hand because I was too afraid.
There were eyes everywhere.
People were watching. I would get in trouble for that.
Cheaper by the Dozen too.
Yes, when they go to the movies.
When they go to the movies and then
yes.
What's his face?
Dads fight.
The dads are fighting and then they fall over the edge. That's exactly that.
That's exactly
Your mom's a major cock block.
Super. Like the worst.
I think we can wrap up liars by telling our biggest lie that we've ever told. We put that up on our Instagram. I feel like Brie has told some extravagant fucking lies, and I'd like to hear some of them. I feel like when Brie lies, they're big lies. They're not just like here and there, throwing them out there. Like they're extravagant.
She lies when it's for real when you lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of one too.
Kelly lies every day, so she's just like...
I basically told because I dropped out of school, but I took like a leave of absence because if you dropped out, like we had to pay like $20,000. So you had to like qualify for the leave of absence. I basically murdered my whole family. Like I killed everyone off, like in this big lie. I was like, my dad's dying. My mom just lost her job. She got a double knee replacement, can't walk. I have to go take care of her. I talked about my half sisters that I haven't even talked to. And I was like, I have to raise their kids. It was like I could have written a book about how awful my life was, but none of it actually happened. Qualified for leave of absence. And I think like, they really felt really bad for me. Like my guidance counselor was like almost in tears and I was in tears telling the lies. It was too much. It was too much. Those are the lies I started to believe. Like I started to believe it. I was like, I need to go take care of my mom.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a good one.
Bree, that's an extravagant lie when I was looking for from you. And I feel like you make me feel comfortable with like killing off family members and lies. I've never done that before because it has always freaked me out that if I were to say someone were to die, then it would come around and I would die. Like not even that person. I was just like, I feel like I'm going to die from saying this. So I've never used that before. But hearing the amount of times that you've killed people off in a lie.
I've been doing it for years.
I just got to start doing it, huh? You seem to be okay.
Honestly.
Nothing's happened. No karma's coming for you.
No, it works. It really works.
I feel the same way. I never am killing off them. That's the one lie I won't tell. Like I won't lie about family members unless they're already dead. Then I will like make them up.
Yeah.
I think biggest lie. I lied a lot to my landlord when I first moved to New York because I just like was always broke and never wanted to pay my rent. And so I was always lying to him about like where my checks were. I was always like, they're in the mail. And then he would call me up and confront me. And I would like sob and be like, you're harassing me. Like, what is going on? Which he was harassing me, but like he needed his money. It was a whole fucking thing. I used to lie through my teeth to him to where everything was.
He was harassing you for good reason.
Yeah, but he was like actually,
you owed him money.
It actually, but it was like I owed him like
rent.
I owed him like $1,300. Okay, like it was like I'd be 2 weeks late, $1,300. This man's like basically in the mob, and he comes like kicking down my fucking door, looking for like a mobster, and I'm like a 23-year-old kid that's living in a 2-bedroom flex on 43rd Street. Like let's calm it back.
But mobsters don't care about age and size and gender. They're going to come knocking down. They get that moolah. They're just coming for that cash, that cash money.
I learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
I just remembered a crazy lie. I got, this is a lie that I think I still believed. I got a girl expelled from my private Catholic school in first grade because I went to the grave with my lie. So we got our first communion pictures and we got them all handed out to us in class. And I really didn't like this like one boy. So I like put a hole in his face in the picture. So the girl next to me copied me and did it. And then I put my finger in her picture and she pulled it and it ripped it and we ripped it in half. And the nuns were like, you're going to hell. And it was like all a crazy thing. We all got taken to the principal's office. And it was all my fault. Like I ripped all the pictures up. I was like, God, it's not real. And I was just ripping everything up in second grade. And I went with this lie that it was all the other girl for like 2 weeks. I had to eat lunch in the principal's office for 2 weeks. They were trying to like beat the answer out of me. And I stuck with my lie. And she lost tuition and had to leave school. All because of me. Because of my lie.
You know what though? She could have done something to you. She's a worse liar than you.
Yeah, I just won the lie because she kept saying I did it, and they were like,
exactly,
I don't believe
right,
her.
right. You were just a better liar, unfortunately for her.
Yeah.
Do you stay up at night thinking about that sometimes?
No, she was going nowhere. She was crazy.
She didn't deserve to be there. She deserved to be expelled. I got somebody expelled too in high school. And honestly, I just remember now, and it's going to keep me up at night going forward because it's something I felt very bad about for a long time. And it was one of those moments I told the truth and I should have lied. We were in Spanish class and this kid who sat in front of me took out a butter knife from his backpack that he had brought for lunch. I don't know why he decided to take the knife out in the middle of class. I don't remember exactly why that happened, but
butter knife.
People sitting around the desk were like very alarmed that he brought a knife to school. But it was legitimately like, it wasn't any sort of crazy knife. It was literally like a knife that you would use to cut an apple in your kitchen, that sort of thing. And the people sitting around us went and told the dean and the principal of the school, and I got called in, and they were like, so you saw a weapon today? And I was like, what? I saw a weapon? Like, what are you talking about? I saw a weapon today. And they were like, so-and-so brought a knife to class. And I was like, yeah, but it was like a butter knife. Like, it wasn't like a crazy knife. Still, the kid got expelled. Crazy.
Damn.
And I think
For a
about it all the
butter
time,
knife.
like, I should have fucking lied, huh? Like, I should have just been like,
That's not on you, because I mean, it's the kid. has a
you
butter
get
knife,
trapped
it's-
and you say you saw a weapon. I'm like, I don't know, did I?
I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, it's like define
What?
weapon. Like, was I afraid of it? No. Could
No.
it be a weapon? Sure, it could be. But
Could
if
they
you were
cut
gonna-
somebody? Yes.
Yeah,
But
they're
did they?
Catholic school's always going to kick you
No.
out for a butter knife. That's not on you. That's not on you. They're crazy.
Someone else already
They're
told
crazy.
on them anyway, so.
Exactly.
True.
You
At
weren't
least
the
I
snitch.
wasn't the snitch.
No,
Yeah.
you were not. You were not the snitch.
You just finished the job.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what snitches are? It's a great way to move into this. Losers. That's our
Losers.
next topic.
Losers.
Biggest losers. All right, guys. I know that there's something that we all want full transparency about. We don't want anyone lying to us when it comes to our health insurance. This is going to set us up for the rest of our lives. We need to figure this out. And thank God we have policygenius.com coming here to tell us how to do it and how to figure out everything so we don't have to worry about it anymore. You just head to policygenius.com, and in minutes you can work out about how much cover you need, what kind of quotes you're dealing with, find the best price for you, whatever works for you, and it makes it really easy to compare different policies. And it's like as low as $15 a month. You can maybe
shit.
might be able to skip the in-person medical exam. You might be all set there. It's no big deal. They have all these licensed agents working for you, not the insurance companies, because the insurance companies, sometimes they'll try to pull the wool over your eyes. They might want to lie to you a little bit. You want to go to policygenius.com because they are the ones who are going to help you the most. And you can save 50% or more by comparing these quotes on policygenius.com. When it comes to insurance, it is nice to get it right. And that is from our friends at policygenius.com.
Loser is such a great term. Like, you're a fucking
is.
loser. It's right
I
up
love
there with
using that.
pervert. It's right up there with
Yes,
pervert.
it is. It really
My
is.
phrase is,
fucking
I
hate-
call
love
people
users.
weirdo loser. Weirdo losers.
Weirdo
That
loser
hurts.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Weirdo
Mine's a-
pervert loser.
Mine's always fucking loser. Like, you're just a fucking loser. Like, that just,
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's my inner, like, bully that comes out when I say you're a fucking loser.
I feel like when you tell a guy that he's a loser, like, that hurts. Like, you're such a
Hurts.
loser.
Yeah.
It
Ego.
just cuts deep.
It really cuts deep. Are you guys sore losers? Like, if you get called a loser, or if you get if you like lose a game or something, are you guys bad losers? I'm kind of bad too.
I'm
Rhea,
such a bad loser.
I would think for sure
Yeah.
you'd be like the sorest loser for sure.
I'm
What
such a
happens-
bad loser.
What's like your worst, if you had like do you freak out over losing games? Like, will you throw a tantrum?
It really depends who I'm playing against and what the stakes are. Like, I have
Okay.
thrown some absolute tantrums at my house, like with my siblings and my family, like full on stomping my feet up to my room and slamming the door. Like, I'm, Rummy Cube, it gets hot. I'm usually very good at Rummy Cube. I'm like,
Rummy Cube is so
I'm
intense.
seriously an amazing Rummy Cube player. You can ask anybody that knows me, including Fran. We played a lot this summer, and I fucking smoked her and her boyfriend. That's besides the point. See, this is what I mean. I get very competitive
Yeah,
when I start
like-
talking about the game. And, like, if I lose that game, that's a game where if I
over.
lose it, it's over. Like, throwing the biggest tantrum. Other games that I know I'm not going to be good at, I usually won't be a sore loser. Like, if I go into it saying, hey guys, I'm not the best, I'll be okay after. But games I think I'm good at, yeah, very sore loser.
That's interesting. I feel kind of the same. Like, I don't get so hyped about things until I'm already in it. Like, I am somebody who's always saying, I don't like games, I don't want to play games, but then I'll get stuck playing a fucking game. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to lose this fucking game. I have to play this game. Yeah, if I'm going to play this game, I'm going to win this fucking game. So then I will become a sore loser later. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. I think we're all very competitive, and then we'll be pissed when we lose. I'm like, I won't throw a public tantrum after, but I'll like go home and put a hex on someone if I think I deserve to win.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
How do you
I
put
love
a
a good
hex? How do you
hex.
put a hex on somebody?
I saw it's like on TikTok. I always see people do it. You like write it out 100 times, and you like put a candle out, and then you like manifest it.
So
I've
you
never
basically
done
you
it,
go
but
home
I might.
and I'm like, Brianna chicken fry. I want to put a hex on her. I get out my notebook. I write out Brianna chicken fry 100 times. I light a candle and I'm like,
Get hit by a car.
yeah, die,
Get hit
you
by a
loser.
car.
Become a loser. And then all of a sudden, then you
Loser,
just,
perfect.
yeah, something bad just happens to you.
Do you guys want to
Yeah,
hear?
that's supposed to.
Oh, sorry, Brie. I didn't realize you were saying that. Do you guys want to hear these traits of losers? You're a loser if you possess the following traits. Okay.
Yes.
It's inhibited integrity, unnecessary gossip or slander, chronic pessimism, pass an injured man and do nothing, no ambitions, mean and hateful, don't believe in or respect yourself, or if you quit before you sweat. Which, like, that was a hard look in the mirror. Am I a fucking loser?
Like,
Like,
is everybody a loser? No, that's what I got from that. I said everybody's a loser.
that was a
Doesn't
pretty broad
respect
spectrum
yourself.
of shit.
That hurts.
Yeah, like what? If I don't respect myself, I haven't respected myself ever. Like, what do you mean? I've been a loser my whole fucking life?
The one that stood out to me was pass an injured man and do nothing.
Yeah.
We live in New York
Wait,
City.
I didn't hear that.
And
Yes,
we're
yes.
passing people all the time. And, you really can't stop and help everybody along the way.
Yeah. That reminds me-
Man.
That reminded me this morning on my Uber back to my house. I was passing by, I don't know what they were doing. It was definitely two police officers behind like somebody's homeless setup, like doing something. And I told myself it was 6 a.m. I was like, that's a dead person probably. And I don't care. And I just kept moving on. And now I'm thinking back about it. I probably
dead guy and keeps talking about it.
Yeah, Lil Sass saw a dead guy on the street of New York City, walked in the office. He's like, I just saw a dead guy on the sidewalk.
So he's a loser.
Yeah, it seems like a big fucking loser. Yeah, I don't know.
Big loser. Where's the help, Lil Sass?
Yeah. Did you call 911? Like, what happened? I didn't do anything either.
That's the way it goes in New York City. I feel like if you are in any other place
dead.
and you see somebody injured and it's just you two, then you may have to help them, right? Then that's where you got to buck up and be like, I'm going to help this person and not be a loser.
What do you think is the deciding factor of like helping someone versus moving the fuck along? Like, do you what's like the level of guilt, I guess? Yeah. Or how involved would you have to be?
Eye contact. If I make it, I have to help.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I can, even with eye contact, sometimes I'll like Michael Sarah look around. Like, whoa, I wasn't actually looking at you.
Yeah.
It's like
but
when
then if you lock, you're in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
then I'm in.
when you're cheating in class and then you would be like, put your head up when a teacher looks at you and you're just like, act like you're thinking, but really you were cheating.
So hard.
No, I was cheating. I was cheating as hard
always.
as possible.
I cheated on
They
every
knew
single
that.
thing.
They knew that.
What
My
about
mom's sitting across from me? She's like, "What the fuck?"
Bree, do you think that you're a big loser because of your chronic pessimism, according to this?
Wait, what does
think?
that mean?
It just means that you're like that you're down and out all the time. Like you're like, meh, like I want to die.
Oh, yeah, I'm a big loser for that. I'm the biggest loser.
Yeah. Chronic pessimism for that. Unnecessary gossip and slander. I think we all fall into that category.
Yeah,
Losers.
losers.
Big losers.
We're big time
for that.
losers. Whatever.
Yeah, we're big time losers. Whatever.
Kind of embarrassing.
Do you sometimes feel like a loser for real though? I very often feel like a fucking loser. Like in real life, I always am like, wow, I feel like a real fucking loser. And I think it has to do with like being insecure. I think if you're just insecure, you automatically assume that you're a loser, whether it's true or not.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a loser. I'm very insecure, but I don't think I'm a loser at all.
That's
like
good.
I have
That's
never
good.
been like, oh, I'm a fucking loser. Like I feel like a loser to me, I don't know exactly how to put it into words, but it's like not even that nobody likes you because they're like making fun of you, but nobody likes you because you're not a great person, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's
You
like
think you're all that.
you think you're all that. You're really not. Nobody likes you. And
You're
you're just a
loser.
fucking loser. And that to me is a loser. Because I'm insecure about myself, I don't automatically go to loser. I just go to like, oh,
Okay.
this about your face or this about your body sucks, but not like, you're a loser.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm someone who my insecurities are very personality based. Like I think more about that than I do looks. So I think that like, you're being a loser is like part of the personality. So if your personality sucks, like you're probably a loser. But
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
true.
Have you guys had any boyfriend losers? Boyfriends who are just like total fucking losers?
Yeah.
or like guys in your life or dated people that have like just been the fucking worst, and you look back and you're like, wow, what a fucking loser.
All of them that's like my favorite my favorite term to give them was like they were fucking losers.
I think I realized this is when I was like, oh, you're a loser to my first serious boyfriend relationship. Serious boyfriend relationship. Wow.
It's cool. It's cool. We're all brain dead. It's cool.
I'm literally delusional right now.
Yeah.
But
you guys both switch spots. I just want that out there just in case people are like, yo, they sound out of it. Like Bree flew to LA and Kelly flew home from California. So
I flew from San Francisco.
So both of you
have
no sleep and are just out of it.
Of it.
a little bit out, but we're still high. We're trying to keep it as high energy as possible.
Yeah,
not trying to be a fucking
I need to address if I'm yawning. It's not because you guys are boring this time, okay? It's because I'm actually just fucking tired, and I'm trying to hide them behind the microphone.
If you yawn when you're tired, it's acceptable.
Okay, yeah, I'm like really tired, but I'm still in it to win it right now. The boyfriend was sleeping until like 1:30 every day, and I was like, you're a fucking loser. Like, I can't do this. You're a fucking loser. And that's when it like started to gross me out. I was like, you aren't doing anything. You're like being a loser. Like, do something. And then I was like, it's time to end this.
I feel that exact same way about the worst is when you have like friends who are dating losers and you like can't really say anything about it, but they do shit like that. Like they'll be uncomfortable in like a group setting. Say you've gone like a group trip with a bunch of couples and whatever. And one of the boyfriends is acting just like weird and he's always in his room or he's always asleep or he's always like separate from the group in a way that it's weird. And so it's like, what's your fucking deal? Like, are you a fucking loser? Like, what's your problem with us?
My ex-boyfriend just always, let's go do our alone time. Like, let's be alone. It's like, no, can you fucking talk to people? You
right.
loser?
Like this is a group trip. Like, sure. It's nice. Like I love like having some time alone, but when we're here on a group trip, we're doing a group thing. Like what?
Be a part of the
sleeping
group.
all day. Yeah. Why'd you come?
Let's take this loser quiz together. We'll come up with the answers together. There's 10 questions in front of me.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. According to you, now we're all going to decide together. We're one person. According to you, which of the below activities sounds the most fun to you? Sleeping, watching TV, or car racing, jumping, bungee?
Oh my fucking God.
I mean, obviously, right? Car racing, jumping, bungee.
Yeah, like that would be the most.
I'm like watching TV.
well, the most fun. If you were going to ask me, like, what's the most fun thing you could do out of those things? I would say car racing, bungee, whatever. But if you were like, what do you want to do on your time off on Friday night? Probably just watch some TV. I think we pick car racing because if we had the option to pick all three, we'd go that way because we'd be like, wow, that'd be so much fun.
I would pick car race. What is car racing jumping anyways?
I don't know. Okay. What do you do at most of the parties you attend? 1, no one ever invites me. 2, sit, eat, and drink. 3, dance, chat, and have fun. Dance, chat, and have fun.
Yeah, dance, chat. Depends on the party, but yeah, dance, chat, and have fun. Yeah. I fucking love to sit and eat and drink, though. That's like my number one favorite
that's
thing.
My move, yeah.
That's my favorite shit. But
I love dancing.
If I'm lit, I'm ready. I'm loving a dance. I'm loving a chat. Those are all great things.
How many friends do you have? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, I think 4. Second answer, 15 to 20. Third, too many to count.
Too many to count. I'm pretty fucking popular.
I feel like too many to count is
too many to
accurate, but a lot of them would fall under acquaintances and not like best friends.
Yeah, I think that's
like
fair.
Best friends for me would be the first answer, like 4.
Yeah, but
like,
it says friends, right?
Friends like 6.
Friends.
Oh, so we have a lot of friends.
Okay, let's do
15 to 20
15
or
to
too
20.
many to
I
count?
think 15 to 20 is fair. Because if we are too many to count is more like, oh, everybody's our friend. You know?
Yeah.
That's not
true. Very fair.
That's loser energy.
That's loser energy. Oh, everybody's my friend. No, you're a loser. Not true.
No.
As a dream career, what would you choose? Oh, we all know our answer to this one. 1, clerk. 2, doctor. 3, celebrity. Celebrity.
Oh, please.
We're doing a fucking podcast right now.
I was like, are you kidding me? What if I was like, actually a doctor for me?
Yeah. Actually, I dropped out. I dropped out to try to be a celebrity instead of a doctor.
Yeah, Brie was going to legit be a doctor.
Yeah, literally.
She chose celebrity.
Question number 5. What do you think about a night out with friends? I would rather sleep. We'll go out till midnight. Wow, a wild night of enjoyment.
Oh, wow.
See, I'm any of those. Like, it depends.
Any of those at any time,
Same.
and especially with New York City right now, it's like,
Same.
what are
I'll
the
go until
options?
12.
Most times, I feel like most times I do shit now, it ends up being something I didn't expect. Like I will get out and be like, oh, I'm going out for a couple hours to have a drink somewhere. And those are the times I'm out till 5 a.m. Then it's
End
like,
up in a Brooklyn basement until like
Yes.
fucking 1 a.m.
Yes. Like I didn't anticipate this. And then other nights where I'm like, wow, I'm about to have a fucking night. I'm home at 1 o'clock, like barfing on myself because I overdid it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's always one or the other.
All right, let's go with a wild night of enjoyment.
Yeah. I think that's would be great.
Because if we were talking about normal New York City, we wouldn't even go out until midnight. So I feel like that's
True.
not an accurate description. That's just based off of our curfews right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Facts,
Question
facts.
number 6. Are you called a nerd, dork, or loser? These are my pet names. Not really. Are you mad? These are what I call others. Let's click that one. Are
Let's
you
click that
mad?
one.
These are what
Let's
I
click
call
that one.
others.
This is what I call other people. As if. Don't even try to call me a nerd.
I just clicked that one. Question number 7. How easily can you find a date for Saturday night? First, I need to find names of all the girls, guys I recognize, then find their telephone number, then contact them. Number 2, need to ask 2 to 3 girls, guys. A date should be fixed by then. 3, I already have a steady date. 1 phone call does the trick.
Oh, please. That one makes me roll my eyes. Like that third one sounds like loser city, even though it's probably the right answer. But like,
I think we picked number 2.
like-
We got some
number 2.
options. Eventually, we'll find a date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
number 2.
All right. Because I mean, even
I already got
can't
a
even
steady
call up my
date.
own boyfriend and be like, "Yo, tonight, I can have that."
Me
be
either.
steady."
Like, what are you talking about? Right. Like, no, it's just nobody has time. Who has time to do shit that last minute? Nobody.
Oh, Kelly, this is right up your alley. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
What time do you sleep at night daily? Not before 1, 2 a.m. Nights are to party. Anytime between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. Or the third, who sleeps at night after 4 a.m.?
That's me. That's me through and through every single time.
Mine would be the 1 to 2 a.m.
Yeah, do we compromise and do 1 to 2 a.m. since
That's
Kelly's
fair,
is 4?
yeah.
Okay.
1 to 2 a.m. is good. I try to get to sleep by 2. That's like my bedtime.
Question number 9. Did you take this quiz to verify if you are really a loser? Come on, speak up. Frankly,
Oh my God.
Frankly, yes. Second one, just out of curiosity, or 3, out of fun.
Out of fun,
frankly,
right?
yes.
No, frankly, yes. I mean, we
Frankly, yes. I want to know. Frankly, yes. I want to know.
Okay, we clicked frankly, yes. Last question. Oh my God.
Read it.
What?
How often do you masturbate per day? 1
Oh,
to 2
man. That's mean.
Day?
1 to 2 times, 3 to 5 times, more than 5 times. I mean, it's 1 to 2 times. Kelly, if you're masturbating 5 times a day, we got an issue.
It depends on the day. That is mean. You put that there.
That is
You put
mean.
that there.
I didn't
that was
put that
never.
there. That's the last question. That is the last question. I swear to God.
I don't
That's the last
believe
question.
you. Depends on the day. 1 to 2, though.
Okay, we're clicking 1 to 2. 5 times a day, Kelly?
That's a
On
lot
a
of fucking work.
Saturday? On a Saturday? Are you kidding?
Yeah, you have time on a Saturday to masturbate
those-
5 times a day?
I don't fucking sleep. What else am I going to do?
That's why Kelly doesn't sleep, because she's just up all night masturbating.
All night long. All night long. Just
So
the whole
true.
night.
And
The
so is
entire
my mom
night.
to Vin Diesel. She
Yeah, so
masturbates
does
to
mom.
Vin Diesel at
Me
least
and
3
your mom.
times a day.
Me and your mom up all night long. Can't help ourselves. We're just animals. Can't help ourselves. Your mom.
Not true. Yeah, okay. We'll let Vinny
Yeah.
know. All right, let's see what our answers are. View my results. Let's see what we got. You are a loser. You are such a loser just for the fact to take this test. How pathetic. Still, you have not graduated from Loser University, but I believe that you will with a top score. Happy life, you loser. And then the picture is a girl going like this.
Oh my God. So you're just a loser if you have to take it.
That quiz was fucking hysterical. I really liked that quiz a lot. That was so funny. Oh my God.
That just
I feel
roasted
offended.
us.
That is absurd. That was absurd. I'm glad that we're
losers.
That quiz. Yeah, I'm feeling confident about that. I think I already knew that we would be losers based on us like even choosing all the cool answers. I was like, no, they're gonna.
I know. I was like, this is a reverse thing. Yeah,
right. Because
we're not being honest.
We were being 100% honest, but then when you're like, oh, I'm cool, then all of a sudden you're a loser. Like if you think you just got to be in the middle. We're losers.
Keep it in your head.
I hope everybody played along with us and took that quiz along with us to find out if you're a loser, because I feel like a lot of people are going to have similar answers. I wonder what people are going to think about Kelly with the 5 times per day. I'd like to know other people's answers.
I know.
Like I said, it depends on the day. It's not every day. But
my mom's like, oh, God, Kelly needs a boyfriend.
Bitch, fucking tell me about it. You think I don't know? Come on, bro. Knows that. Come on. But you know what though? I don't have to. It's on my schedule. I don't have to deal with anybody else. So it's actually not so bad.
Listen, there's nothing better than pleasing yourself, Kelly. You do that, okay? You go, girl.
You know.
And
that's some self-love.
That's self-love, and that's the perfect way to move into
And that's
love.
the opposite. That means I'm not a loser. That means that I love myself. So I'm clearly not a fucking loser.
Yeah, the perfect way to move into our last L letter, love. We got self-love, Kelly, which you are a pro at in that department. But also love in general. Kelly, you didn't want to do this topic, right? Was that what you were saying? That you were kind of cynical about it?
I thought it was kind of like, no. It's not that I didn't want to do it for any reason. I am in a place in my life where I'm very cynical about love in general because I don't believe anybody. I am now getting paranoid about people and skeptical of people saying that they're in love. I see people, I'm like, you're fucking crazy. No, you're not. You're lying, or you like the attention of being in a relationship, or you are using it for different reasons. And that's not actually how I feel on the inside. I'm just feeling that way right now. So I was like, ugh, whatever. But I remembered that I looked at this term. I'm going to bring it up for you guys. A while ago when I was super depressed, and I was trying to describe a feeling that I was having. And it wasn't obsession, but it was a little bit of it was infatuation that to me felt very much like love. And I wasn't sure if it was love or not, but it's called limerence. And it's very interesting. I'm going to read you the definition. Limerence is a state of mind which results from a romantic attraction to another person and typically includes obsessive thoughts and fantasies and a desire to form or maintain a relationship with the object of love and have one's feelings reciprocated. Limerence can also be defined as an involuntary state of intense romantic desire, which I read that and I was like, okay, that just sounds like a fancy way to say obsessed. But what's interesting about that part is that you want it in return. You love them so much because they maybe once have given you that love in return. And so you spend that time chasing that feeling that you get of security, the feeling from love that love brings. But I think it sucks that it's really hard to feel that way on your own sometimes. It's really, really hard to feel I love myself. I'm great with myself, whatever. Sometimes you want that love from someone else. You want to feel like you are important to someone else. And when you don't feel that way, you get you can go a little crazy. I feel like I've been there.
See, that's interesting. I thought that you were going to go towards say love at first sight, which I think is more like lust at first sight. When you see somebody on the street or you meet somebody for the first time, you're like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with them. But really you're not. It's more of a lust thing. This seems like something that you've experienced before with somebody, not you specifically, but I'm saying in general, you've had a connection with that person. You don't have it anymore, but now you're trying to grasp at anything to get that feeling back.
Right. And it's not necessarily the person doesn't really matter. This term, limerence, whatever, it doesn't really matter who it is, but it does matter if they've reciprocated or if they have fed into it. And they don't realize that you're in the background, making up these scenarios in your head, why, this is what's happening here. Why are they doing that? Thinking that they are thinking of you more than they actually are. And so it's like all of a sudden you're in this one-sided quote unquote relationship that's like not even a relationship. It's just you in your head. And it's hard to like come down to the truth, you know? It's hard to like figure it out. It's weird.
Scary a little bit.
It is scary. And I always thought it was like, damn, like, cause I've gotten that way. Like I've had that exact experience obviously in my life, but I've also always been like a little, not obsessed, but like a little bit like too involved in like any relationship I've ever been in. Like I take it so personally. Like if we break up or if something is wrong, I am like so deeply offended and hurt as if it's like I can't, why am I feeling so strongly about this? Like I don't even really care in the grand scheme of things. Or if you like list out their traits, it's like, okay, well this guy kind of sucks. Why am I like wasting my time? But it's this weird like need for that affection that kind of gets you weird. And that's what bothers me a little bit about love these days. Cause it's like people use love as a form of like validation, I think. But I think that there needs to be other forms of validation. So you don't seem useless if you're not like in love or like someone doesn't love you in a romantic way.
Well, would you say, and as cheesy as this sounds, it's like the importance of self-love?
Hugely important. Yeah, it is. But it's so fucking hard to like really, to love yourself in the way that like makes up for lack of love from other people. Like, I don't think that those loves match up, which is shitty. Like that sucks that I can't, like, I am pretty confident with myself. I'm doing really well in my life right now. Like shit's good. My apartment's a mess, but besides that, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't have much to complain about. I just had like a great time with my friends, but I'm still probably going to cry later because I don't have a boyfriend. You know, it's like, why the fuck am I like, why do I need somebody like that? Why is so much hinge on like needing this romantic love? Like, why can't I be satisfied with like the friendship and self-love that I have there? It's so abundant for me right now. It's weird.
You're asking a question that I wish I can tell you the answer to. And once again, feels like a therapy session.
Yeah, it does. Big time. But this is true. And that is true why the love thing is like, I feel like whenever I talk about love now, it comes across as really cynical and it's rude. And I don't like to be that way. Like, I don't want to be the bitch that's like, rolling my eyes at so-and-so and her boyfriend being cute, because I love like a rom-com. I fucking love a romantic story. I love like hearing those things. But then if I'm like seeing it, I kind of roll my eyes and don't believe that it's like true anymore.
You're like, what's his name in Crazy Stupid Love? You don't believe it until and then it's going to happen. And you're going to be like, I'm so in love.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for one day it just falls into my lap.
Sorry, I
one of these days,
choked.
ladies.
It sounds like you are in the rainforest.
Yeah, it does, really. Because birds are chirping right now.
It was like,
I'm sorry.
I was like,
I'm sorry. Is it very distracting? Because
no,
if it is,
they heard
I apologize.
They just went away.
Yeah, they're gone now. They
they're
heard
back.
my woes.
I feel like it's kind of peaceful in a way.
I was going to say, it's kind of like therapeutic.
I like it.
I was like dozing off thinking about it. Like,
and Kelly was like speaking like we were in therapy and it was
in my
like,
serious
very calm
voice. Yeah.
serious
I was being very quiet and just taking it all in.
You have been quiet, and then I'm going to put it on the birds and the fact that
I think it is. It's like really, this is putting me to like, not to sleep, but calming.
It's nice. This is a calm, open conversation about love. We're talking love. But actually, before I continue on, and I'll talk bad about love all day long, you two ladies are in the throes of love, I would say, at the moment. Have you felt like, I don't know, like sometimes you wake up and you just are like, I am so in love, it like hurts. Like it hurts my soul that I'm like this in love. Because that's a really nice feeling to have when you get to feel that.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it scares me in a way where I'm like, oh my God, what if Hank were to die like right now? Like that, that like creeps me out. And I know that's a bad way to think about things. And you should just be like, oh, this is great. We're in love, enjoy it. But I'm always ready for something bad to happen. Like I'm like, oh no, what if
I'm always thinking about the funeral.
And then all of a sudden I'm heartbroken. Always thinking about, I'm like, oh my God, what if I then never love again after that? And I'm sure people listening, by the way, have experienced this type of thing. I'm not making a joke out of it. It's something I actually do worry about. But I will say, I feel like whenever you're in not a new relationship, I've been dating Hank for over 4 years now, but like,
yeah, so you're in like a long ass relationship,
right?
Now,
but in past life, I have thought that I have been in love before, right? But then when you actually are, you're like, wait a second, this is what that is. That's not what that is. What do you guys feel about that?
The difference is crazy, I think, in like whatever kind of love. And I always wonder that same thing, like, oh, I found out that I was never in love then because I was really in love now. But then I'm like, is there another level up? Like, is there,
I
is there
always
even
think
better?
that. I
Yeah.
always wonder, like, I always ask this question to everyone. What do you think is like the factor where you're like, I'm in love? What is that thing that changes it for you when you can tell you're in love and you're not just like in a relationship to be in a relationship?
I think the feeling of it. I feel
There's
different.
a
'cause,
certain
like,
feeling. It's
Yeah.
hard to describe.
Like,
yeah,
just
it's a weird. It's like almost like it. Like again, I feel like I'm in physical pain. Like I feel like my body's gonna shut down. Like that's how in love I am, or that's
Yeah.
how like strongly I feel this feeling. And it's like it doesn't always feel great. Like it doesn't always feel so good, but it feels, because I think it's combined, like Ria was saying, with fear a little bit.
Yeah, I think I realized that I'm in love when I think about the future. I can only think about it with the other person. Like there's been other relationships where I think about the future and I'm like, well, they don't have to really be there with me. But when you think about the future and you're like, no, I want them there with me, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm in love.
Yeah, that's a good call, where it's like you think about what, say you want to get married or where you want to live in the future, and you see yourself with that person and only that person, right? And you're just like, I can't imagine
With anyone
myself
else.
living with anybody else. That would be disgusting. I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's a good telltale sign. I'm going to make this conversation awkward. Noah, do you believe in love?
Noah, come through.
I'm not supposed to be in these conversations.
Noah, that's
You can
not
be in
true.
this conversation.
That's not
This
true.
one.
This is
Do I
one question.
believe
I
it?
didn't ask you your biggest insecurity, and I'd like to know how you feel
That's
about
true.
love.
How I feel about it, I believe in it. I can't say that I've like really experienced it like that deeply, but yeah.
Oh,
Noah.
I'm getting emotional. I'm
I'm
getting
gonna
like-
cry
it's
my
like-
eyes out. I'm like, no.
It's out there somewhere.
I'm getting emotional. Noah believes in love, and he believes it's out there, and he may find it one day.
Okay. Shut up.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Bree's got her shit. Yes.
Noah's in
Noah.
love.
Noah's
can't
believing.
wait for Noah to love.
Soon. Oh, I
Okay.
can't wait for Noah
So
to be
is it time for the voicemails now?
Wait, but you know what's crazy is that when Noah's gonna one day, like, first of all, never tell us when he's in love until he's like married,
No.
and then because she'll have to meet us all, right? Like we have to. What if Noah's like, I'm in love, and then she sucks? Then what do we do? Then she's a loser.
And then
What
we're
do we say?
talking about her on the podcast and he's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
And we're like, someone we know is like now dating someone
Just
who like
you
kind of
saying
sucks.
that like that maybe she could suck. It's like, and I'm never gonna like introduce you guys. 'Cause, like,
Noah, I don't believe that. Noah,
She would never. I'm joking.
You can introduce me to anybody. All right.
okay.
Noah's
Yeah.
like, let's please stop talking.
Don't
ASAP.
don't let the pathological liar get to her. You can,
Yeah, don't-
you can let us.
Yeah.
Don't let me manipulate, because I will. It'll be accidental, but I will manipulate information.
Kelly
out of
will
her.
all of a sudden, I'm going to make this even more awkward. Kelly all of a sudden will be like, Noah's mine. Like, she wouldn't even have like
Yeah.
dated Noah or talked to Noah before like that in that way. And Noah brings a girlfriend around. All of a sudden, Kelly's like, Noah's
Nope.
mine.
I'll be like, bitch, who are you? Yeah, I'll be like,
She
who are
starts
you in this
flirting
building?
with
You don't
Noah
know
all
Noah
the
like I know
time.
Noah. You don't know him like I know him. Like literally for no reason. It's weird. It's like, yeah, it's a combination of all kinds of things, like competitive. And were you like that about boyfriends ever growing up? Like, were you competitive about guys with friends, or like just in general? Like were you people that like, say someone gets in a relationship and they weren't that cute before and you never noticed them before, but they were single forever, and all of a sudden they have a girlfriend or like whoever, and all of a sudden they seem hotter to you? Like, does that ever like feel that way? Like all of a sudden it's like, ooh, they got with so-and-so, or they're dating so-and-so. Like there must be something that
Pete
like makes them
Davidson.
so interesting. Yes, he's a perfect example of that. Pete Davidson.
That's nobody
Davidson,
that I
yeah.
know growing up was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
and all of a sudden they got a
yeah.
girlfriend. They were like a hot commodity.
I thought I was like asexual in high school because everyone was just fucking losers. I was like, damn, I don't like anyone.
You're like, I don't
I'm
fuck
not
with
interested in
anybody.
I was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
fuck anyone here.
I'm a genetic lesbian, and I don't even like anybody.
That was always in the back of my head too. I'm like, well, maybe I actually am a lesbian if I don't want to fuck any of these guys. But it's okay. It turned out all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all the same. What do you guys have a love language that you like?
So
I don't know if I like the term love language also. What do you think about the term?
I understand what it is. And love language is like, oh, do you like gifts? Do you like words of affirmation? Do you like quality time? All those different love languages. And I think mine is really a combination of it all besides gifts. I really don't care about gifts or material things, but words of affirmation, totally. Like I need to be reminded all the time. Like I gotta, like Hank will be like, Rhea, we've been dating for 4 years. You still don't understand how much I love you. And I'm like, I don't know.
No,
like,
you have to keep saying it. I'm not gonna remember.
I'm not sold yet.
But why does it have to get to a point where they like stop being so lovey? I hate that. Like I want it to be like it was the first year, every year. Like I want to be in love forever, Words of affirmation.
I also think too, completely agree with that. And I think that it's not even that it has to be like 24/7 lovey-dovey like it was in the beginning.
No.
Of course things taper off, but still do the sweet things that you did. Like don't be like don't come in and like kiss me on the forehead and like ask me how my day was and then just like never do that again. Like that was a really fucking sweet thing. Like you showed interest in me and wow, like now I'm thinking, oh my God, my boyfriend came home and he like cares so much about my day that he asked me about it. Like it means so much and it's like requires such little effort, Like I feel like it just doesn't. That kind of shit is so easy to do.
I'd rather that than a flowers.
Completely.
Totally.
I'm with you on the gifts too, Rhea. I don't like getting gifts because I'm like a little awkward about it. Like I'll be like, oh my God. And then I automatically feel like I gotta now reciprocate. I gotta like get a gift. I gotta send a gift. I gotta do something like that. And I get a little awkward about it for sure.
Same. And I don't really think I'm the best gift giver. Like I try my best effort, but I'm not very thoughtful about it. Like I know some people who are super thoughtful with the gifts that they give and they're like catered to you in your life and they remembered you liked something years ago. All of a sudden it's in your lap, that type of thing. My sister is very much like that. She does that for every family member on Christmas. Everything is catered to them. It's so thoughtful. I just am not that good.
I'm not good at gifts.
I'm not that good. I'm not good at receiving them, and I'm not that good at giving them. So gifts are like, to me.
I straight up ask people, what do you want? And that's like,
and then that's what I get. That it's like, what do you want? This is what you're going to get.
Yeah. I always do that with like my brother. My brother, I'm always like, just tell me what you want. But my parents, I'll like cater to, but other people, it's always like a last minute situation. I'm always stressed out. I'm always looking for like wrapping paper and stuff. Like it's just never, it's never like a easy peasy situation.
And I notice sometimes that I will spend a lot of money or extra money on a gift to try to like make up for like just to be like, wow, that was an expensive, that the person will be like, that was an expensive gift. Like I got my parents a Peloton for Christmas because I was like, oh, they're going to know that I spent a lot of money on that gift.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the money thing. It's like, that's never been I've never cared how much money something was like, spent.
Oh, not to give it to me, but to other people. Yeah.
But other people that I've given gifts to care very much about that. So you're like, oh, like this is a good, like they'll appreciate this for what it is,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate gifts.
I don't know. What about friendship love? Do you guys love your friends?
Yeah, I'm not touchy. I'm like friendship love. I'm weird. I don't like touching my friends. I don't like hugging. I don't like that too, being lovey. I just like, I know we love each other, but I do not want to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd feel awkward hugging either of you. I just realized that.
Awkward.
Why would we it's like why would we
why would we hug?
I don't know either.
Remember when Fran hugged me?
Oh my God. Fran once hugged Noah and it was one of the strangest things.
Drunk.
She was really drunk. She hugged Noah and afterwards we were like, what just happened?
Even in the moment I was like, well, like what is going on?
And everybody was caught off guard and it was like, why did I would never hug Noah. Literally never. Like I never.
That is like
it was definitely funny,
just because
obviously.
It's Fran. Just because it's Fran, that makes me laugh. That makes me laugh harder. I think I want to be the friend that is like huggy with her friends, and I'm so uncomfortable doing it that I end up somewhere in the middle where I always will I'll like get the confidence to be like, I'm gonna give my friends a hug, and then I'll get there, and in the moment I'm like, fuck, I wish I wasn't hugging my friend. I wish this wasn't happening, and I wish I just like didn't do this. Yeah. But I always want to be because I think it's sweet. It's like so nice. And like if I'm a little bit of a touchy person, but I'm not trying to be like touching on guys all the time. Like that's weird. I can't.
When I'm drunk, I can be very touchy with my friends, and it doesn't feel awkward. Like hugging and stuff. Like I'm like I can lay on you all day. Like we're good. But sober. Why are we doing this? type of
No,
thing.
it's so hard. I'm like, stay 6 feet away from me.
Keep
for
the
real.
distance. Yeah.
Let's keep this up. Like, let's keep this up
Let's keep
forever.
it PG.
Yeah. Let's keep it PG. Let's
Keep it PG with your
please.
friends. Don't be a pervert with your friends.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah,
a
no.
pervert. I
I don't like
have
pervy friends.
one more type of love that I wanted to bring up to you guys, because I know that we all feel this way. Love with your dogs,
Oh.
pets, dogs, pets, animals.
I think it's
like
the
that kind of
strongest
thing.
love I've ever had for anything.
I think
in my
so
life.
too. I think so too.
100%. 100. I can't
Like until I
even-
have a child, this will be the
Forget
best
it.
love I've ever felt.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put into words how I feel about Norman. That is the love that pains me, how much I love this fucking dog. I can't, like, my hands are cramping up because I love him.
Me
So
too.
sometimes I'll go
In
to
my
hug him
background.
and I'm like squeezing him and I'm like, I know it isn't like this, but I can't
Look at-
handle his
this is my
cuteness.
But I need it.
Oh,
Oh, baby angel. Oh my
you so
God.
Dogs are the fucking best. They really are. Like, I'm
Dogs
getting
are the best.
stressed out thinking about that, like thinking about how much I love Norman right now.
They're so sweet.
Oh, there was I saw a
Angels.
TikTok this weekend about how much we love our dogs, but no one's ever like written a song about a dog. And this girl wrote one. I'll send it to you guys after, and we can post it on the Instagram because
Yes.
it rips your heart out of your soul. I was bawling my eyes out. My dog's not even dead yet, and I was like, she's gonna die one day, and I'm just like so sad.
Oh my
but it's a beautiful
God.
song. I gotta send it to you guys after
That is
this.
so sweet.
wanna
You know what that
know-
reminds me of? That reminds me of in Toy Story when Jessie like sings the song like When She Loved Me, and it's about the girl growing up. I feel like that song could also fit, but for dogs.
Yeah, it's just like
Aw.
that.
I'm gonna leave you guys on a fucked up note. All right, are you ready for this?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Dogs are only a small part of our world, but we are their entire world.
That hits right here.
I know.
Doesn't that fucking hurt? Doesn't
I
that
love you
hurt
so
to realize
much.
that your dog doesn't, he just knows or she just knows you. They just,
You're
that
their
you are their
world.
world. And they're
You're
just
their
a little,
superstar.
they're just a little game piece in yours. I can't.
Hug your fucking dog. Go make out with your dog if you have to right
No,
now. Like,
don't
hug
make
your
out with your dog. Don't make out with your
Don't
dog,
do
but
that.
hug it.
I actually
and,
do
and
hate
give
that.
it kisses. Yeah.
I hate when
Let
people
your dog
like,
kiss you.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can let your dog
kiss
kiss your
you.
face, but don't make out with your dog.
I think that like I'm gonna cry my eyes out right now thinking about dogs. We have to stop talking about dogs because my dog is dead, and I'm getting
God.
so emotional thinking about it
Yeah.
because nobody like dried my tears like Ollie. Like if I was crying and Ollie came through, he would just sit there and stare at me. He didn't even have to do anything. He would just sit there and stare at me and like let me pet him and hang out with him until I was done crying. And it was the best. He's just like
The best
greatest.
friend because they just listen. They're just there
He
to
just
listen.
hangs out and he just listens. I'm for real gonna cry. Oh my god!
All right,
I
let's
miss
end.
my
Let's
dog
end.
so
Let's
much.
go into the voicemail. Let's
Yeah.
go into the voicemails. Let's go into the voicemails.
All right, talking about all that love has made me a little bit hungry. And when I think about stuff that I want to eat, it is clean food. It's stuff that's not disgusting, not fast food, not hard to make, and it's from Daily Harvest. I hate going to the grocery store. I hate shopping. It takes so much out of my day. It takes so much energy. I never know what to buy. I barely even know how to cook. And with Daily Harvest, you can get really good food, good quality, delivered straight to your door. And it's so easy to make. Like they have cauliflower pizzas, they have smoothie bowls, they have just regular smoothies. It's seriously like the best stuff ever. And they have ice cream, and it's good for you ice cream.
The
which
ice cream is
just
so
like-
good. The ice
it's
cream's
so good.
unbelievable. Yeah. As are the flatbreads too. So good. I love Daily Harvest.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it doesn't use preservatives, added sugar, artificial anything. It's just like straight up good. And they just launched their new almond milk, which is made of only almonds and a dash of sea salt. That's it. So you know exactly what you're getting when you're getting it straight to your door. And it's so easy to make. So you can get started today by going to dailyharvest.com and enter promo code HIGH to get $25 off your first box. That's a lot of money off, $25 off. That's promo code HIGH for $25 off your first box at dailyharvest.com.
All right, ladies, let's go into the voicemail segment of this pod. We had a lot of good voicemails this week. I appreciate everybody coming through as always. I'd like to start us out with something that I thought was really interesting. So this one is called Loyalty Over Love.
Hey, hope y'all feeling fresh as hell today. I have a take about love that I live by, and I'd be very honored if y'all dove in on it. It's about another L word. Every day I preach loyalty greater than love. Like, obviously love is like what life is all about. It's like everything. But in terms of like relationships, if there's one person who I really love and another person who's always been there for me, I'm siding with loyalty. Like, people really be doing some hurtful stuff, some hurtful shit out of passion and love. But someone who's loyal is never gonna act against your best interest. Like, y'all feel that? I got that take from 21 Savage, by the way, so shout goes out to him. Anyway, always appreciate y'all, each one of y'all. Always look forward to the pod. Alright, y'all stay up. Peace.
Love that voicemail. Fantastic voicemail. And
That shit hit deep.
really agree. I'd never thought of it like that. Loyalty over love, 1,000,000,000%, because the people I probably love the most are those who are most loyal to me.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And he said, do you feel that? And you know what? I do. I just
really
went up
do.
to him. I do feel that.
I really, really
listening
do.
to that.
Yeah, I loved his whole
I
vibe.
felt that.
Yeah. I hope he calls
loved
in
his
more
vibe.
often.
Me too. I would love if he were to. That was so much wisdom, and I really loved it. Let's see. This one is called Controlling Boyfriend. Can't quite remember what it is, but let's see.
So this is for the liars, the losers, and love episode. I feel like I have a story that would just go greatly with all three. I was in a 3-year relationship with a liar and a loser, but I was in love. I thought at least, and he lied to me and cheated on me for 3 months. He was toxic as fuck and literally was crazy, did not let me go anywhere without covering my ass, even if I was wearing sweatpants. I was always looking like a bum because he just did not want me to look good because he didn't want me getting attention from other guys. So he was a really big loser, let's just say. But, you know, over time, I chose to love myself, and that's where love comes in, because the love I had for him was not real. The love I had for him was manipulation, and the love I had for myself is true, and I'm a light for myself. So don't trust any liars or losers, and love yourself, is what I have to say. Bye.
That was good. Don't trust any lying losers and love yourself.
Inspirational.
Completely. It was inspirational. I thought it was interesting what she said though about her boyfriend, like not wanting her to get other attention from other people. I thought that was something that I feel like people deal with all the time. Like people, boyfriends coming through and just not even like getting jealous, but preemptively jealous. It's like, you don't have to be jealous right now. Like, you should be like lifting me up, not like stuffing me in a like sweatsuit for the rest of my life and not letting, like, I'm not your property. Like, I can do what I want kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what that screams to me? Like, if he's making her cover her ass, even if she's in sweatpants, that means that he's checking out every other girl's ass, because why would he be telling her to cover her ass in sweatpants? That's like being 500 steps ahead of like being a jealous freak, and also you being the type of person to check out everybody's ass as well.
I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. The most people, and I'll admit to feeling this way. Some things that I'm insecure about with boyfriends and things are because I feel them myself. Like I'll catch myself being like, oh, like I've lied, so now I think you're gonna lie. You know, like I think that's a thing to like be self-aware about, especially in your insecurities. Like, this man needs to take a hard look in the mirror. Like, maybe change yourself. Don't change your girl.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Let's do stuffed animals. I think that this one is funny. Hold on.
What's up, ladies? Love the podcast. So I have a quick little story for the loser category. So I dated this one guy, and he was a total freaking loser in the sense that he thought that stuffed animals were real. His entire family would sit in the car, and they were obsessed with Disneyland, if that tells you anything. And we would sit in the car, and they'd be like, oh, you know, Kermit wants to eat, whatever. Total loser. We would sit around the table, and I shit you not, they would set up like Garfield and like all of like the other Disney whatever stuffed animals, and they would talk to them like they were actual freaking human beings. This was the most insane shit I have ever in my entire life. And I've literally never told anyone that because I'm a nice person.
Sorry.
But why not now, right? Anyways, you guys are awesome. Can't wait to listen to the pod. Yeah, have a good day.
That was
weirdo loser.
really fucking weird. So to break it down for in case you didn't
Weirdo
really hear it, in case people couldn't really hear it or whatever, this girl has was dating this guy whose family likes to like play pretend with stuffed animals from Disney World and Disneyland and shit. Like he like Kermit the
feed
Frog,
them at the dinner table.
and feed them at the dinner table. Like set them up as if they are like dolls and like
that
pretend.
was the craziest voicemail that we've gotten so far to me.
That was a
personally.
really
That's
weird one.
insane.
Yeah, that was weird as fuck. Also, it's like she's obviously an adult. Like this isn't like I have younger siblings and so we're like humoring a 10-year-old or like a 5-year-old or something fucking weird. Like this is like an adult family and the parents are doing this, which is strange.
It's those Disney families, dude. Those Disney parents are fucking weird.
They get so fucking weird. And you know what? It gives a bad name for those adults who do like Disney World, myself included.
Like
and
I'm going to be an adult that loves it. Yeah.
Yes. I like to go drink around the world at Epcot. That's so fucking fun. Like it's really, and rides are really fun. Like that doesn't mean that I'm a psycho setting up
wearing
stuffed animals.
My ears, yeah.
Right. Like I can't, that's ridiculous. Rhea, what are you thinking about this? I feel like you're processing.
No, I just wanted to say that I think it's hilarious that she said she's never told anybody this before and then came on this podcast and just told everybody. Like she told more than she would tell if she just told one of her friends, which I love and I appreciate. Thank you so much for calling in with that because it's one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard.
Yeah, I love, we've said this before, Rhea, I think you said it a couple weeks ago, the honesty from our listeners, the people who call in for the voicemails is the best, and that's what makes these so good. I don't think that we can top that voicemail for today. I think that rounds us out. But for next week and all the weeks coming, you can check our Instagram to see what the final topics will be, and you can call in to 551-258-3436.
Soldier boy.
All right, it is time for another monologue today by Kelly for a table read. This is week 2. She is doing a scene from Legally Blonde because she fucking loves Legally Blonde. You know what's actually kind of scary and psychotic of this? She has it all memorized, and she's playing every character, and she is going full fucking force right now. She's going beast mode.
I'm going a little beast mode. There's some parts where I have to read the beginning, but once we get to like the main monologue, it's all from my memory. And I'm worried about what you guys are going to think of me because I've seen this movie, I don't even know how many times, and I know everybody's like cadence and stuff. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Let's fucking go,
Okay,
Kelly.
are you ready?
Yes.
Bree, would you start me off with my Ms. Woods?
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Woods, you may begin your questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, I would like to point out that not only is there no proof in this case, but there's a complete lack of mens rea, which by definition tells us that there can be no crime without a vicious will. I am aware of the meaning of mens rea. What I'm unaware of is why you're giving me a vocabulary lesson when you should be questioning your witness. Yes, Your Honor. Miss Wyndham, stop. When you arrived back at the house, was your father there? Not that I saw, but like I said, I went straight upstairs to take a shower. And when you came downstairs, what happened? I saw Brooke standing over his body, drenched in his blood. But Mrs. Wyndham didn't have a gun? No, she'd stashed it by then. Move to strike that from the record, Your Honor. It's speculation. So stricken. Go ahead. Miss Wyndham, did you hear a shot fired? No, I was in the shower. So sometime in the 20 or so minutes that you were in the shower, your father was shot. I guess. Your father was shot while you were in the shower, but you didn't hear the shot because you were in the shower? Yes, I was washing my hair. Where is she going with this? Have a little faith, Gerard. I'm dying. Okay. Miss Wyndham, what had you done earlier that day? I got up, got a latte, went to the gym, got a perm, and came home. Were you got in the shower? I believe the witness has made it clear that she was in the shower. Yes, Your Honor. Miss Wyndham, have you ever gotten a perm before? Yes. How many would you say? 2 a year since I was 12. You do the math. A girl in my sorority, Tracy Marcinko, got a perm once. We all tried to talk her out of it. Curls weren't a good look for her. She didn't have your bone structure. But thankfully, that same day, she entered the Beta Delta Pi wet t-shirt contest where she was completely hosed down from head to toe. Objection! Why is this relevant? Oh, I have a point, I promise. Then make it. Yes, ma'am. Chutney, why is it that Tracy Marcinko's curls were ruined that day? Because they got wet? Exactly. Because isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you're forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thiglycolate? Yes. And wouldn't somebody who's had, say, 30 perms before in their life be well aware of this rule? Yes. Hold on. Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm also so breathless.
Yes.
And if in fact you weren't washing your hair, as I suspect you weren't because your curls are still intact, wouldn't you have heard the gunshot? And if in fact you had heard the gunshot, Brooke Wyndham wouldn't have had time to hide the gun before you got downstairs, which would mean that you would have had to have found Mrs. Wyndham with a gun in her hand to make your story plausible. Isn't that right? She's my age! Did she tell you that? How would you feel if your father married someone who was your age? You, however, had time to hide the gun, didn't you, Chutney? After you shot your father. I didn't mean to shoot him. I thought it was you walking through the door. Order in my courtroom. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then they all say, oh my God. And that's the end.
That was great.
That was great.
What'd you think?
That was great. That was
Thank
great.
you.
Especially
Thank
off
you.
the top of the head, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was beast mode.
Yeah, it's a
That was
weird
beast
it's a
mode.
weird thing. That is my that's my like number one most
It was
memorized
really
thing.
weird, like being here and watching you do it. Because have you ever seen the movie Blue Jasmine with Kate Blanchett?
Yes, one of
you
my
know
favorite
You know
movies
at
of
the
all time.
end where she's just talking to herself on the bench, and like
Yes.
that's
Do you
what
know,
I felt
know
like.
what? It's
A
so
crazy
weird.
person was sitting there.
I identify with her in that movie so much, so it's like
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that
The
movie.
back and forth
Yeah.
for a little bit had me laughing, but when it reached the
Yeah.
end,
At
boy,
the
was
end,
I
you
really
really
got
How'd you think?
serious.
How
Yeah.
was the switch between Elle and Chutney? That's
great.
Linda
It was
Cardinelli
great.
and
It was
and-
great. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
You
thank
performed very well.
Thank you. I
The
appreciate
veins
that.
in your neck started
Yeah.
popping out. That's how good you were.
Yeah, and you can hear the Reese Witherspoon in your voice.
You can hear the character switch. It's
Yes.
impressive.
Yes, you
Wow.
changed well. It wasn't just one voice.
Excellent feedback. Thank you guys so much.
Very
I
proud
could
of you.
cry.